Namaste. Let's talk about Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. This is a great practice to bring balance as well as give you big reserves of energy. It can be used multiple times throughout the day and is a great precursor to your meditation practice. Before we dig into the practice, let's talk a little bit about the science and energetics and philosophy behind this practice. We'll start at this bottom diagram of the koshas model. Koshas means layers of your being. So like those little Russian dolls that come one inside the next, inside the next, inside the next, we have many layers to our being. On the outermost layer, we have the food or physical body known as Annamaya Kosha. Then we have the energy body known as Pranamaya Kosha. This is also the breath body. And then we have Manomaya Kosha, the layer of the mind. Now these are the three we are working with today, but we can also go a little bit deeper, and the next layer would be Vijnanamaya Kosha, the wisdom body. Then we have Anandamaya Kosha, the bliss body. And last, at the center of your being is your soul, also referred to as Atman. So, the reason we're looking at this is because I want you to see how the breath comes between the physical layer and the mind layer. The breath is the bridge between the body and the mind, and we can use the breath to really harness balance between the body and the mind and through the different layers of our being. In our body, we have what yogis refer to as nadis. They're different types of swirling waves of energy, and they go around and in all different types of directions. There are three nadis, three channels of energy that are very prevalent in our body, and these are referred to as the Ida, the Pingala, and the Sushumna nadi. Now let's look at this schematic, and what we're really talking about is the energy in the nadis, but we'll use the structure of the head, the spine, and the root or the sacrum to start to understand how these three central channels of energy flow through us. So there are 7 centers of energy that are confluences of nerves, muscles, glands, and energy or consciousness, and these are referred to as the chakras. And the nadis, the Ida, the Pingala, the Sushumna is in the center. The Ida nadi starts to go round and winds, and it intersects with the Pingala at each of these major energy centers referred to as the chakras. Now, Ida nadi is the female principle within you. It's more the passive, intuitive, right-brained, cooler, and lunar qualities of your being. While the Pingala is more the masculine, active, left brain, heating, and solar qualities of your being. And they intersect at all of these energy centers that is also a confluence of nerves and muscles and consciousness as well. And so those are the 7 different chakras there. Now, when we engage in alternate nostril breathing, we're bringing the breath up and down the spine, up and down the spine on either side. And what we're doing is massaging these energy centers with the breath. And as we start to do that, we also massage Sushumna nadi, the central channel of Kundalini. And as that gets massaged with the breath, it starts to swell up, and your consciousness, your energy, your creativity can start to flow upwards. And this is great because what it means is that your energy starts to move upwards through the various chakras, and you start to initiate different aspects of your being and your capability. And as it starts to rise, what we do then is we start to concentrate our energy right in the cave of the heart, in the heart chakra. Now, the symbol for the heart chakra is an upward-facing triangle representing our ascending efforts and the fire within, the drive to start to be our highest and greatest potential. And a bottom-facing triangle that represents the descending grace of the divine as you start to propel your efforts upwards. So it's the path of fire and light represented by the heart chakra. It also looks like the Judaic Star of David there. And what it's really indicative of is that we're above our animal instincts of the lower chakras, and we're open to the big open source expansive energy of the higher chakras. We're open to union. We're open to union with the divine. Now, as we practice Nadi Shodhana, what we're going to use is the Soham mantra. And what this mantra means is I am that. That with a capital T. That limitless consciousness, that expanded awareness, the divine one. And so when we use the Soham mantra in tandem with this breathing exercise, in tandem with massaging the different aspects of our nadis and allowing our creative energy to rise to the cave of the heart right here, what we're doing is we're accessing the spirit of ourselves, the spirit of our intuition, of our individualized consciousness, of Atman, the center of your being in this diagram, right? So we can balance the higher and lower aspects of ourselves through this practice and tap into the divine essence within.